Back in 2014, I started posting content on social media because I wanted to document my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur. At the time, I had a 9-to-5 job and I was trying to start a business. It started with Instagram, then a little bit of YouTube, and then eventually TikTok. For a while, my views were low. I wasn't really posting for any specific purpose other than to document my journey and create content. I was posting little travel videos, I was posting random day-to-day moments, and I was posting a lot of cringy things that I would never post now. But I think the most important part is I was posting things that I genuinely love to create. And even though no one was really watching my content, I loved it. I watched it over and over and over again. I was my own #1 fan. And I think you could feel it because eventually other people started to catch on. My Instagram grew from 10,000 to 100,000 followers. My YouTube videos started getting 100,000 views per day. And my TikToks were going super viral. Each one would get 5, 6, 7 million views. I think in the span of 1 year at my peak, I got over 100 million views on social media. I remember I couldn't go out without getting recognized. They say money follows attention, and with that in mind, the money started coming in too. And I'm not talking a couple $1,000s here. I'm talking big money. Normally, influencers get paid $1,000 to $3,000 to post, but I was already an entrepreneur. I knew how to make money already. So when that attention came in, I knew how to monetize it. I started doing brand deals. I started shooting ads with my own face for my businesses and companies, which brought in millions of dollars in revenue. I made $1 million selling programs. And on top of all of that, I threw events which had hundreds of people that came to watch me speak. At the peak of my social media growth, I was clearing over $100,000 a month just from my social media channels. At the time, I was already running my companies, which were already doing millions of dollars a year. So everything I made from social media, I would just keep. It was just extra. It was for my lifestyle. Keep in mind, I was already spending $20,000 to $50,000 a month on random bullshit, exotic vacations, partying, flying girls out. But when that social media money started coming in, I went even crazier. Cars, penthouses, designer clothes. I don't even like designer clothes. But at some point, something happened. I fell out of love with the content I was making. Instead of making inspirational edits or travel videos, I just started creating content that I thought would get a lot of views. How to make money online, 7 things you should know about Shopify, 5 ways to run Facebook ads. And even though at my core, I've always been an entrepreneur, these aren't the videos that I really enjoy making. I stopped being motivated to create content, and you could visibly see it. My videos took less and less effort, and my enthusiasm dropped every single video. On top of that, my views started going lower and lower too. Instead of creating from my soul, I became a slave to the money. And the worst part is, it was paying for a lifestyle that I didn't even want. I lost inspiration. And if you've ever been in a situation where you have to do stuff you're forced to do, you know that the quality of your work drops a lot. So that's when I decided to stop. I decided to stop posting content altogether. My businesses were still clearing 6 figures every single month, and I didn't need the content to pay for my life. So I just decided to stop. I needed a break. At some point, it just wasn't worth the headaches anymore. There's nothing worse than falling out of love with something that used to make you light up. I see it all the time, whether it's a job, a significant other, a hobby you used to love as a kid. When that spark dies, it feels like the beginning of the end. That's when the innocence dies. That's why you see kids that are so happy and full of light and full of love, and you see most adults and they hate their life. They've lost that spark. When I first started making money and becoming successful, I told myself I would never let that happen to me. And when it came to content, that's kind of where I was at. I needed a fresh start to get inspired again. It's been almost 4 months since I last posted content. No YouTube videos, no TikToks, maybe the exception of an Instagram post here or there to let you know I'm alive, but other than that, nothing. I've honestly just been spending my time building my businesses, hanging out with my girlfriend. We've been traveling and experiencing life together. As far as my businesses go, we're actually doing really good. We're breaking sales records every single month, and I'm on pace to eventually sell my brand for millions and millions of dollars. One thing I realized from just living my life like I used to is that eventually that inspiration starts to come back. Lately, I've been wanting to make content again. I think when you genuinely like something, it pulls you back. And as much as I love you guys, I plan on making content for me, not for you. I think that's why it worked out so well the first time. When you create something you love, people fall in love with it too. And I think that's what makes it so rewarding to create from your heart and let other people fall in love with it. Sometimes in life we lose inspiration. We get so caught up on trying to make something work that we sacrifice our well-being and ourselves to do something that we genuinely don't even care about, something we don't love to do. If you genuinely love something, it will find its way back to you. You don't have to force yourself to do it. You'll do it whether you get paid or not. You'll do it regardless of anyone cares because you genuinely love it. And when you're able to do something you really love, that's all that really matters. Inspiration will find you. Fuck the jets, fuck the lifestyle, fuck the vacations, as long as you're doing something you like to do. So if you've ever lost inspiration, keep your head up. If it's meant to be for you, it'll find its way back to you. As for me, I'm happy to be back. Love you guys.